What's up, guys? This is Murdoc, and I'm back with more PvP commentary. Today I've got a game of Civil War for you, a little Alderaan, and I'm running with the group of four. Myself, Corwin, Healing Operative, and two Juggernauts. And, while the game's starting off here, I'm going to talk a little bit about things that have been going on. Not like a break, but haven't been playing too hard the last week, just because patch 1.3 was announced, and rated war zones are going to be coming or have come at this point. And, I want to take a little break so I could really get back into it Tuesday, which was today at the time of recording this, and get some games in. And that's what I did. So sorry for lack of content last week, but, I don't want to saturate your sub boxes with just kind of garbage games. So instead, I waited a little bit, and here I am. So, little update. I've pretty much finished up my War Hero set that I'm using as still as Darkness. There are some like min-max things I can do as far as like changing enhancements, changing mods and stuff like that, which I'll do over time. But it's going to take quite a while. People ask me all the time what kind of gear I use. It's kind of hard to just say like I use X gear because it's a little bit more complicated than that. I use DPS gear. But it's definitely not Stalker, and that's a mistake I think a lot of assassins kind of fall into. Is they see the Stalker, they think it's their DPS gear, they pick it up, and they think it's the best. And it's not bad, but unfortunately, BioWare itemized Stalker gear very poorly, and it gives you way too much accuracy, more crit than I'd probably like to see, and just not enough power. And Surge is always good too. So. With min-maxing, what I mean by that is, I'm going to end up buying like other set pieces other than Stalker. I do have 4-piece Stalker right now. But like, for instance, I think it's like the Force Mystics, like boots or legs or something like that. If you look at the OGs or the mods or whatever, they have like Power Surge instead of like crit accuracy. And right now my accuracy is sitting about like 99%, which is way too high. I think in a perfect world, I'd like to get it down definitely below 95. Probably 93-ish is about what I'm looking at. But I'm going to play with it as I start dumping out accuracy for Power Surge. And see what I feel, see what I like. But, if looking at gear, take a look at take a look at the other stuff. Don't just get sucked into buying Stalker stuff, because it's not always going to be the best. Case in point, like the ear like chip or whatever it is, I think it's the Force Healers, is hands down the best. If you take a look at it, the War Hero Force, I think it's Force Healers, has power and surge, and by far that is just going to be the most bang for your buck. So, don't be afraid to wear a Force Healer piece. Doesn't mean you're going to be a healing class. It just means you have more power, and that's good stuff. Got all my gear augmented today with the new patch, the new augment kits and stuff like that. Bought a bunch of the augments, put them in there, and gained close to like 500,000 hit points, something like that. Maybe not quite that much, maybe around 500. But quite a bunch of DPS from the willpower, and I could tell that I'm hitting people much harder today than I was hitting them yesterday, and so that's pretty nice. As far as the nerfs go, that just happened today with patch 1.3, I'm not really feeling them. I mean, I can maybe tell a little bit of difference here and there, but this video I picked because it has a lot of outnumbered fights, as you can kind of see right here. But I'm not dropping. Like I'm doing fine, and I'm just trying to peel here for Corwin. But, for you guys that were thinking, the sky's falling and, this and that, and Darkness Assassins are going to be awful and terrible and blah, blah, blah. No. Darkness Assassins are fine in PvP. I think that probably the spec of Darkness Assassins that got hurt the most in PvP would be the ones that use Survivor gear. Reason being is because Survivor gear, you're stacking endurance and you're self-healing from Harness Darkness, and Dark Charge is all a percentage of your total hit points. So I think that spec probably got hit, or not spec, but that type of gear probably got hit a little bit harder than myself, because I really focus on DPS. So Rated Warzones. Rated Warzones came out today. This is not a rated game. This is a normal unrated game. I did play a bunch of rated games today. Played 10 of them. We went 9-1. So I was reasonably happy with that. Ended up with a rating of like 1454 or something. Going 9-1 today. And we decided to take a break after that and probably pick it up again tomorrow. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a good change of pace. It was nice queuing with a full 8. It was something different. It's definitely got me more enthusiastic to log into the game. So if you guys haven't tried Rateds, give them a try. I mean, it's not gonna be just terrible. There's not a bunch of just, you're not gonna come in and just get stomped every single game. You know, once you put your first 10 games in, you get some kind of rating that the system will assign you. And then, you know, if you're getting stomped for, 10 games because you're queuing with a bunch of pugs, after that, your rating is probably going to be pretty low, and you will probably be queuing with a bunch of pugs on the other team as well. So, it's all going to balance out in the end. So, give it a shot. At the very least, it's probably a much faster way, even losing, to get your War Hero gear than just by winning in unrated games, because you're getting basically 3-1. I mean, you're getting the same amount of commendations for wins and losses, I believe, rated versus unrated. But you're getting rated commendations as opposed to unrated, and you're not having to go back and trade them 3-1. So, rated Warzones are good. I am real happy with them. Happy that I got a decent group of people together, and I think we could probably do pretty well. I'm still working out the kinks as far as what is the best class combination. I thought about posting. I did fraps some of our rated games tonight, but I didn't really want to post anything quite yet until we have a little bit more of a system going. I'm PvPing with some people that I've literally never played with before. But all in all, it went real well. Was pretty happy with it, so can't complain. Anyway, get into the game here. It's kind of a pug stomp at this point. At least we're not 3-capping them, but I liked this game just because there was a couple really big fights that it seemed like it was just 7 on 3. And I was basically just running around trying to guard Corwin, trying to peel for him, trying to taunt, stun, interrupt, knock back, whatever I could do. And it just, that stuff makes me smile, especially when Corwin stays up when I have no idea how he's doing it. So, not much of a problem, but still a fun game nonetheless. Made me laugh. I don't know if I'm going to be buying any of the rated gear items, because I mean they're only empty socketed items of gear with no stats and a small color hue difference. And I've probably got, if you look at how many commendations I need to spend, I'm probably about halfway to where I really want my gear to be ultimately. Even though I am full War Hero at this point, buying all the items to rip out the mods and enhancements and stuff, it's going to take me quite a bit. And all my gear is colored black off of my chest anyway. And if you guys, a couple of people have said it's time to change my gear around, come on, I like my gear. I like looking a little bit different. It's a cool little hoodie. I wear hoodies in real life. What's wrong with my hoodie? Come on, step off. So I guess, what are we doing here? I was going to play Little D, but I am in vent with this jug here, and he wants to stay, so I'm going to peace out. Another thing for, if you are doing rateds, it's probably a good idea to start getting into the habit of leaving 2 people on defense in Alderaan, in Novair, in Voidstar, because, sooner or later you're just going to get overwhelmed by, either a coordinated stealth effort or something like that. The level of teamwork and coordination you're going to get with rateds is it's going to be a lot higher. And Corwin and I are having some fun today when we had Void Stars and stuff like that. Went back to some of our old tricks. Little time vanish on one side and switch to the other, and double sap, door plant, easy money. It's good to know that the old tricks still work. Game is kind of winding down, but it's all right.
Yeah, let's go fuck with them.
Alright. And I think we're going to decide to just go ahead and push grass and try and end this game with a little bit of fun. I don't think they're going to come back and 3-cap us.
He's gonna die, that's what he's doing.
And we find this poor sage out in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, we end his life pretty quick. Try pulling the sentinel away, but he runs and stealths, which is probably a smart thing on his move. Augments, as far as augments, I'm using the willpower augments. I think they're far superior to the power augments. But I guess it could be personal preference. And that's about it. So, you know, I will keep running rateds, and sooner or later I will start posting rateds. And hopefully you guys can enjoy that. Maybe throw a couple strats out. Basic strats. Don't want to give away all the juice quite yet. But we'll see what we can do.
Oh, they got one of them.
But before that, let's check the scoreboard. There it is, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it. This is Murdoc, and I'll see y'all later.
Alright, we'll hold Q for just 1 minute.